Welcome to Scotch Sunday. I am Mark. Thanks for stopping by. We're going to do a whiskey review today. For the month of March, we always do Irish whiskey, or I think we try to always do Irish whiskey. So we are going to do Blue Spot. Now, I've heard a lot about this. I'm going to go ahead and open her up and maybe give it a pour. Kind of hoping I don't like it because I saw it once at the store at Specs in Houston, Smith Street, the mothership as it's known as. And I saw it there, and I was like, the clerk pointed it out to me and said, "Hey, we got Blue Spot," and I'm like, "Nah, I don't want that. I never tried it before, never heard of it. I didn't care for some of the other spots that I had, so I was like, but then I didn't know about Blue Spot, what it was, and everything. So now I'm like, yeah, I should have bought that. But I have found a couple of other bottles since then. But anyway, yeah. So Bushmills Spot is made at the same distillery as Bushmills, which is I think called the Northern. What do they call it? They call it I can't remember what they call the distillery, like maybe New Middleton, Northern Middleton Distillery, something like that. So anyway. The distillery is actually in Northern Ireland. It's not in the Republic of Ireland, so it's actually in the UK. They were founded in 1825, and around 1972, Jameson, Bushmills, and Powers kind of all got consolidated and moved to Cork, which is where Middleton Distillery is. And in 1975, they built the new Middleton Distillery, which is where they distill now. They actually don't distill a lot. They only a few days a month. They have 3 pot stills, 3 column stills. They use them in different combinations depending. It's Irish whiskey. It tends to be triple distilled. So they do use them in different orders, combinations, and such to make different things. They are the largest distiller in Ireland. And right now they're a subsidiary of Pernod Ricard. They used to be part of Diageo, I think, or maybe Bushmills was. They just keep swapping things anyway. But this is made at the new Middleton Distillery. And it's made with both malted and unmalted barley, like most Irish whiskey is. And I believe it is triple distilled, like most Irish whiskey is. So let's see. Let me go ahead and show it to you. There it is in the glass. I guess I could let you look at it a little longer. And here is the bottle. And it is 7 years old. I'm going to roll this one more time. So let's see. Which one what does it say here? It's 58.9% ABV. Matured for at least 7 years in bourbon, sherry, and Madeira casks. It is triple distilled, matured and bottled for Mitchell & Sons Fine Wine Spirits, Dublin. 750 milliliters, so it's definitely for the U.S. Non-chill filtered, cask strength. Ooh, boy, why did they write in cursive like that? That is hard to read. Embodying the unmistakable qualities of pot still Irish whiskey, Blue Spot batch number 8 is matured for at least 7 years in bourbon barrels, sherry butts, and Portuguese Madeira casks. Non-chill filtered and bottled at cask strength for a whiskey that is full flavored and uniquely satisfying. Okay. See if it says anything different on here. So yeah, that's the tube. In 1805, Mitchell's, a family of Irish merchants, started trading at 10 Grafton Street in the heart of Dublin City. Originally proprietors of confectionery wines and fortified wines, in 1887 the family expanded in the whiskey bonding business. And began maturing and selling their own range of whiskeys under the Spot brand names. The name, which endures to this day, was inspired by Mitchell's practice of marking casks of different age whiskeys with a dab or spot of colored paint, each color representing a particular age. The story continues through a whiskey that unites a historical the historical Spot family for the first time in generations. Embodying the unmistakable qualities of pot still Irish whiskey, the blue spot is matured for at least 7 years in bourbon barrel sherry and Portuguese Madeira casks. Portuguese sherry butts and Portuguese Madeira casks. Non-chill filtered and bottled cast strength. Oh, yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, I think the red is like maybe 15, green is 10, and blue is 7 years, I believe. I'm not 100% positive, but yeah, the other thing, Spot went off the market for a long time. I think they stopped making it sometime around maybe, I don't know, the 50s or 60s, and it didn't come back till like 2020, 2021, something fairly, in the last few years. So, yeah. And, Irish whiskey certainly making a comeback. I think they were down to almost nothing, but okay. Let's see what we get on the nose. Interesting. Unmistakably Irish. I get melon as the I get some citrus. I get fruity apples, vanilla, maybe some grapes, raisins or grapes. Yeah. I get something else in there. I get a little oak. I guess maybe, something else in there. Definitely woody. I don't want to say, maybe almonds? Yeah, because it's not really pine nuts. Definitely get a woodiness to this too, but yeah. Melon, citrus. The more I nose it, the less I get melon. The melon, I get less of the melon and more of the citrus and apples. Baked apples. Little maybe ginger spice. It's not as biscuity as most Irish, but I do still get that Irish character that I would expect. All right. Wow. Whew. Spicy. Fruity. Very fruity. Finish is oaky and spicy. I would say pepper spice. Those almonds are still there. The fruit is very like whiter fruits, like apples and pears maybe. The melon's not white, but I mean, I don't get darker fruits at all. I get like white grapes, maybe sultanas. Maybe I don't get raisins. Maybe I get sultanas, white grapes, apples, lemon citrus I would go with. Yeah, it feels bright, which Irish tend to feel that way. So, yeah. Yeah, it's almost like that melon is there too. Like honeydew melon. Not really cantaloupe, but not watermelon. Okay. Now I'm getting even more of that Irish biscuity. And U.S. biscuit is not what it is in the U.K. Biscuit in the U.K. I think it's a cookie. I think is what we would call it. Biscuit here is a bready thing, not so sweet, which you can have with butter or white gravy. But yeah, this bready biscuit. Oh, lots of vanilla now. Yeah, sweet vanilla. Like vanilla covered almonds. I'm getting a hint of that. If I were to have a vanilla covered almond on top of like some fruit, some like toasted apples, and with maybe, it's not really cinnamony to me, it's more ginger, citrus, and white grapes and sultanas. So like you make a fruit salad that, you know, that with the whipped cream and stuff, you make that fruit salad with, so make that with apples and grapes and sultanas and maybe some melon and maybe a little bit of, and then put like vanilla covered almonds on top of it and maybe a splash of lemon. That's as good as I can give a description. Ooh, man, more vanilla on the nose now for sure. More vanilla, more biscuity with vanilla in that fruit salad. Yeah, the vanilla is more there now. So yeah, like whipped cream, vanilla with a fruit salad with vanilla covered almonds on it. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Now the finish is very spicy, black pepper, ginger. But there is vanilla kind of all the way through on the palate. Very good. As far as Irish whiskey goes, I'm not the biggest Irish whiskey fan. They're lighter. I like heavier whiskeys. But this is very good. I would definitely drink this. I would probably keep it on my shelf. Gosh, there's so much whiskey I would keep on my shelf that obviously if you've seen my shelves in any of the other videos, and what's bad is that isn't even all the whiskey. I have to keep some in a storage room. So I think I'm pretty close to, I don't know, 1,600 bottles now or something. But okay, on my 10-point Likert scale, because I use 10 points because the smaller your Likert scale, the more reliable. But 5-point Likert scale is really doesn't give you a lot of room for nuances. So I go with 10-point. 100-point Likert scale is a joke. You can't be reliable at that level. This is a really good Irish whiskey. I've had a couple of really good Irish whiskeys. I love Glendalough. I love the Two Stacks. I would say I put this up there with those as far as my favorite Irish whiskeys. I'm not the biggest Irish whiskey fan. So I would definitely consider this one of my favorite Irish whiskeys. It's like, I'm going to go 8 out of 10, but I could go 9. I've probably only given out 2 or 3 10s ever. I don't even give out that many 9s. 8 is a really high score for me. So this might even be a 9, but I'm going to say 8. We're going to call it 8, but this is really good Irish whiskey. Thanks for stopping by, giving it a review. Subscribe, like, and we will see you next time.